Hello.
Hello, hello. Eh.
Eh?
Turning on my system. Turn on the Switch, Nintendo Switch.
Now, you're pretty confident we're gonna beat Shiva today, right?
No, not as confident as I would be if I'd get more time grinding.
I mean, if you think about it, like, we can only grind our demons at this point. Nahabino is pretty much where we want. Jovian is as powerful as he's ever gonna get in a lot of ways, aside from like maybe specific moves you could pick up. I think we can do it. I think after yesterday, like, I'm way more convinced that we can do it. Like, I knew that we could, but it was a question of just how brutal it was going to be. That was like a million times smoother than I thought it was going to be. Like, taking a loss to Ananta is unfortunate, and I think it was Ananta that killed us in a way, even though like we still survived.
It was Ananta, and it was one of the times I forgot I didn't have a press turn. I was a little sleepy yesterday though, so that's what I'll attribute that mistake to.
Shiva got lucky.
You know what we're doing right now? First, finishing up sucking off all these demon statues.
All right, let's go for a stroll.
I've gotten one in Chiyoda. It seems like not you. It seems like Chiyoda's demon statues are not too stupidly laid, but we're gonna find out with this one. This area over here. This is fine. I don't mind this location. Yeah, like all that that last area, fine. This area, the fucking devil. The middle and this top one are like the worst. Like Akihabara Electric Town is just a nightmare to navigate.
Yeah. In some ways, it's kind of a shame that some of the areas, especially like having been there now, like some of the areas I would have most enjoyed to exploring in a hypothetical explore a post-apocalyptic Tokyo scenario like Akihabara are like easily some of the most frustrating areas to explore in this game, which I don't know. I guess it kind of makes sense. Like there are enormously dense areas. Like there's a shitload of stuff clustered up together. If everything was destroyed by demons, I imagine there would be a lot of debris and shit to clamber over. But like, I don't know. This whole area is just very irritating to navigate, and it's probably one of the few like objective blemishes I think on the servers of this game.
So just offhand, how much do you know about the Rudra Astra? Because I don't know that much.
Okay, so Rudra is the name of there's a couple of different texts that define the sort of core Hindu canon. And one of those texts is the Rig Veda, which is a sort of extensive mythological description of the advent of the deities and like their respective rises to power and so that. And so there are deities described in the Rig Veda who are sort of like in some ways kind of like almost like an older or sort of more they're considered to be maybe the original form of the Vedic pantheon, and then they developed into what are often referred to as the Puranic deities from the Puranas, which is a later text. The Puranic deities are the ones we're more familiar with, like Shiva, Ganesha, Vishnu, etc. But some of the earliest deities include figures like Agni, who is a two-faced figure who is associated with flame, who's referenced in DDS, or Varuna, or Rudra. Rudra and Indra are two separate sort of storm deities of a sort. I'm not entirely certain why Shiva was given an ability called the Rudra Astra, but it is an SMT invention and it uses the name of that deity. So I think because Rudra and Indra, or Rudra especially, are supposed to have been deities that may have eventually, they coexist with in modern context a lot of the time, Shiva, but they are also may have been the deities that Shiva was sort of based off of or developed from in an anthropological sense. So that's why I think they gave him the name Rudra for the name of the Rudra Astra. But I don't believe that the Rudra Astra is a term in a real sense that derives from actual like Hindu sources.
So
that said,
I find myself a little compelled by Shiva's statement about like that, you know, if people try to remake the world's going to be corrupted by their desires. And yet the only way to do it is to remake it, which is destroying it. And because that's Shiva's whole thing, right? You know, forgive my tiny little Western brain here, but isn't Shiva known for like creation and destruction?
Shiva destroys so that creation may occur. Yes, the eternal Shiva is known as Nataraja, or the Lord of the Dance, and the eternal dance that he dances on the body of a crushed demon very often is this sort of like continuous cycle of destruction and creation. He is capable of destroying anything so that he may make space for more creation. He's usually part of a three-part group, like a trio, referred to as the Trimurti, and that's him, Vishnu, and Brahma. That's Brahma in his like godlike aspect, rather than Brahman as in sort of like the larger universal being that all things are an aspect of. So Vishnu has balance. Vishnu is sometimes characterized as the life bringer, and Shiva is characterized as the destroyer. But they work in tandem with one another. Although I believe Shiva can also create life. The thing about it is that, like many Vedic religions, Hinduism in the modern sense is enormous, and there are thousands of subdivisions and sects and like alternative interpretations, and a lot of these deities also cross over into Buddhism as a result of upaya. Expediently the corporation of it's very complicated to find a definitive answer for any given question.
It's one of like any of the major world religions that existed prior to the invention of like the printing press and the idea of like nationalism, things like that, of course there's going to be a ton of regional variances.
An enormous amount, many of which persist to this day. There are huge numbers of deities that are extremely important to or relevant only to like specific parts of India, or like one particular village.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll take an Agabaryon. Good job, Orochi. You got an Agabaryon. You get an Agabaryon. You know what? Sure. You're not gonna be very good at it, but a couple of these demons are just ones I like picked up on the way. I don't value these piercing abilities as much as I should. Oh, she's kind of perfect for this one though. All right, we'll actually grab this one. Get rid of Figment Slash.
Yeah, Narukami's an excellent pickup.
Lilith, don't say things like that. I'm not. Lilith, put your dick away. I'm not gonna fuck ya. Also,
I'd also like to state that while I did grew up in New Delhi, and I have like more familiarity with Hinduism than a lot of other like larger religions, it's not one that I have extensively researched. So if I've gotten something wrong and someone has listened to this in the future in the pod, then my sincerest apologies, which is also very possible.
Also, I got Norn in here. I resummoned Norn because I realized I just did not have like enough buff healing going on. Norn just needs a really better heal spell.
Specifically. I think making sure that our defense is refreshed every time Tandava is used is going to be pretty essential. It's also worth noting that Shiva is less likely to make use of Cole allies or Tandava if at least one ad remains alive. And the ads are summoned in a specific order as well, so we can play that a little bit.
I noticed one of the ads called allies, though. That's why I'm a little hesitant.
They can do that too, but it will take them longer to get around to calling ads. The thing is that they're called in a specific order, and no two of them can ever be out at the same time. So the one that's present, if Shiva uses call allies, it will call the next demon in the order. If a demon themselves uses call allies, it will call the next demon in the order. When I did it, I tried to keep Kali alive as long as possible.
Kali seems like a good choice.
She is the furthest in the order from Ananta. If she calls allies, she will call Ganesha, and then Ganesha will call Parvati, and then Parvati will call Dakini, and then Dakini will call Ananta. That doesn't prevent Shiva from calling multiple allies, but it definitely slows down the passage of Ananta's showing up a little bit. And you remember Dakini kept calling Ananta when we were playing last night.
Dakini's easier to kill too. Also, haha. Hey guys, did you know that this is the level cap party? Wait, what? I have an options menu?
Hey, check that out. Better late than never.
Level 99. What happens if I max that out? Wow.
I don't even know what that could possibly do.
Yeah, like, I'm punishing my poor Switch. For no reason. And its little fan was having a little issue earlier, so I don't know why I'm doing this to it.
Because we're at level 99, we can do it. Oh!
It's so tiny.
It's so much more convenient than Grimoires.
Yeah, this is like a lot faster. I'm glad I saved this. Just right as the occasion when you're feeling limp. Gonna Monozako. She's just a little gal. I'm partial to little guys and little gals. Alright, I'll take Grimoires. Monozako tried to learn Krikagol, by the way, and it's like, if it was like anyone else. Kishik art, yeah, no, we got a Kishik arts. Also, apparently, we're just gonna deal with this now. Alright, motherfucker.
You really want to try this?
And there it goes. So this tells you a lot about how my mind works, because I keep hitting the plus button, because plus and X are basically the same symbol, just slightly tilted. And so people ask me if I can turn an apple in my head. Yeah, of course I can. I do this shit like just whenever. My brain just does this as like a fucking screensaver.
I kind of wish that that we hadn't gotten away from the standardization of start and select across
Yes.
consoles. Honestly, like the sort of weird dilution of it down to like a combination of like, well, plus and minus and home button and share and all this other weird stuff across like several. It's just really odd to me, and I feel like everyone still instinctually calls them like start, select, whatever. Like I don't know that it's actually managed to penetrate the vernacular in a way that makes it like worth keeping.
I think.
But I
think for the.
I don't know that they would abandon their unique branding at this point.
I think for the most part, the best controller, just of the standard controller types, is like the PlayStation DualShock. I think that's, for the most part, pretty good. The only thing I think is kind of stupid on it is the big fucking push button in the center.
That thing could be fun. It's nice to have an extra button. When you say, are you talking specifically about the DualShock, or like have you handled a PS5 DualSense yet?
Do I have a DualSense? I don't know. What's the difference here?
The DualSense is the new one that comes just with the PS5. It's like a white all over. It has like the slightly different I mean, functionally it's pretty much identical to a DualShock, but it has like a slightly different form fitting and like.
Oh wait, that's not a.
It has a lot of fancy internal tech that isn't taken advantage of by a lot of different. When the PS5 came out and I played Astra's Playroom for the first time, it was nuts, the stuff that they did with the HD rumble in the DualSense. That thing is surreal, and literally no games since then have made use of it anywhere near to the level that they did, which is a real shame and kind of to be expected maybe, but like...
The bastard DualSense and this touchpad buttons I press X and giant thumbs. Okay, never mind, I'm gonna hate it. Just based on that statement, I know I will hate that controller. Because I got fat fingers.
Pretty much the same as the DualShock. I think I mildly prefer using it to the DualShock, but I also got very used to it while playing through a bunch of them.
So the thing I don't like, by the way, in controllers is pushing in the control sticks as a button.
Yeah, I'm a fan of that. So
I simply do not have the dexterity, and I have played video games all my existence. That's a long time, folks, and I just do not have the manual dexterity to not accidentally fucking hit those in a moment of stress. Now, what I wish I had an option to do was make it so they didn't activate unless I pushed both at the same time. Then I would have one good button instead of two bad buttons for how my hands work.
I tell you what is really nice about the DualSense, though, which is one thing that people have made good use of. The trigger buttons on the back have the ability to become variably resistant.
Ooh, that's good.
On a DualShock, you click those in, you always get the same amount of resistance from them as they go in.
Yeah.
On the DualSense, they can adjust it so it can feel very loose and like easy to press it in and out. Or like they do in Resident Evil, when you're playing Resident Evil 8, like depending on which gun you're using, the trigger feels different, and you like feel like a tension as you press it in, and then it will like click and like go through. And I enjoyed the feeling of it mimicking a real trigger so much that I wasted ammo in Lady Domitress's castle just firing the shotgun at the wall just to feel what it was like, because then it also vibrates at the same. It's really good. It's really satisfying. It's kind of scary how satisfying it is.
Oh, again, GCX, I really feel that statement. I feel that deep in my soul's balls. Holy shit.
I think every controller should have those variable resistance inputs for the triggers. That shit's great.
Alright, what'd you get? High force pleroma. There's Sony. Wait, you do have a force attack. You're kind of decent at those.
Yeah.
Shit.
Maybe Mazio Baryon?
Yeah, I do not like the Mazio.
Or Thunder Rain. Actually, maybe Thunder Rain.
Does she have Thunder Rain? She has Thunder
Yes.
Rain, what the hell?
I only just noticed that.
I so do
Get
not
that shit
like
outta
Thunder
here.
Rain that I saw it, and my eyes just glazed right over.
It's funny that Vasuki comes with Bufu Baryon and ice attacks in general. Like, he's waiting right outside Shiva's residence, and he is an ideal candidate to beat him up.
Depending on how hard you press the face buttons. Oh, geez, is that a thing? Is that a thing in 2 or just 1? Because I never played 1. I played 2. Oh, Zeobarion. Nah. Also, this, like, Ongyo key is just kind of chilling out. I don't think I've ever used you.
Thanks for the gem. He's paying rent.
Wow. Is that what they're for?
This is a life stone.
Is Lifestone just soap? Do you make it
Is she suggesting that we have like an open wound that can only be healed with a life stone? Is that what she suggests? Like, you smell so bad you must be dying? Like,
smell like a corpse is definitely a strong statement for someone should fucking get a wash. Okay, let's... Oh, there's one more. Okay. Sorry, I'm thinking here because things we need to make sure we have is a healer and then a backup healer. You know, one healer in our back pocket, the other one giving you a high five. The one giving a peace sign.
are we planning on setting up that critical zealot stuff with?
Yeah, we are. That's going to be the next thing we do once we deal with this. Oh. Yeah, there we go. I'm kind of curious, how much damage can you do to this just with a Miracomo? Enough.
Oh boy.
So I know something about the Demi-Fiend, and that's good. That's a really promising number to see. I heard the
Demi-Fiend is a nightmare.
I heard the Demi-Fiend is just like resistant to Almighty.
The Demi-Fiend is a motherfucker.
Yeah, for a lot of reasons too. That's just one aspect. That's just one thing. And the reason why I'm focusing on the fact that he's resistant to Almighty is because he's straight just immune to a lot of bullshit.
Yes.
I do think, because this one definitely feels easier just based on what I'm hearing, and seeing these abilities have like a lot of piercing, And knowing that, like, these piercing abilities are probably only gonna see, like, the light of day in one fight, and that's the Demi-Fiend fight.
Yes, a lot of the upper end of abilities in this game are designed for, like, I mean, the designers know that there are only 3 things in the game that can really take this kind of beating. And one of them is Demi-Fiend, and one of them is Shiva, and the third is something we may or may not see depending on our choices, but is much less of a threat than those other 2 things. Like, either way, Shiva and the Demi-Fiend are the real use case for all of these crazy pierce abilities and all this other stuff. There are definitely bosses that will give us like a tough time at the upper level. Like I remember on hard, I did actually get my ass kicked a little bit by some of the bosses in the upper levels of the tower, like the late game bosses. And Pierce was definitely applicable there. But certainly if you're level 99 on your first run, there's no fucking reason you need the Pierce for anything other than Demi-Fiend and Shiva.
Alright, so this is the last demon statue we're absorbing. Last one in the game. I think I got all the rest. It's a good one. It's an appropriate one. Yeah. These Jack Frosts are gonna see us on our way.
You know, it's funny. It doesn't seem like any of our in the team that we actually have in our party right now are leveling up. It's so strange. They're all stuck at level 99.
Yeah, it must be a bug. Nah. Oh, thanks.
She's still doing it. Old habits die hard.
Zonbarion.
That's not worthless necessarily. That might be better than Mamudo Baryon. Because he has Poison Master, Poison Edge, and Great Curse Siphon to support Toxic Cloud. We have other.
Is Shiva even poisonable? Because if he is, then I would poison the shit out of him.
I don't believe he is. No. However, I know that he can actually be charmed.
Hilarious. Crusher Onslaught.
That's not necessarily out of character with his mythic depiction. There's at least there's one particular myth that I'm very fond of, where which I think the Vaishnavite sects like to talk about, because it's kind of like a win for Vishnu over Shiva in some respects, and they focus on the primacy of Vishnu over Shiva, or it's a loosely attested myth in which Shiva and Vishnu. I can't remember the context, but they get into a conflict of sorts, or like I believe Shiva is trying to assert that he is stronger than Vishnu and will defeat him effortlessly. And Vishnu takes on the form of a beautiful woman, and Shiva falls in love with him immediately. And they believe the two of them have a good time together. And then Vishnu's like, "Look at that, I win."
You wanna fuck me so bad it makes you look stupid. Love it. It's some Ogloth level shit. Alright, so I don't remember all who has their crit thing, but I believe it was Grimo. Yeah. Grimakala. Alright, so let's think about this a little bit here. Alright, we got Revival Chant. Bloody Glee. In fact, I'm gonna put Bloody Glee down here. Like, out of all these, honestly, the only one I would actually consider, like, dumping now is Great Mana Spring, but that'll be for, like, Big Almighty. Yeah, okay, well, let's get Murderous Glee in as well. I might actually alphabetically order these. This is gonna drive me crazy if I don't, isn't it? It is! It is gonna drive me crazy. Which means Almighty Ploroma goes above you. Enduring Soul goes right here. Mana Spring stays there. Please don't have any other passives I forgot. Okay, that'll go under... on. I gotta have some fucking order here. Huh. We're missing our, crit thingy.
Critical Zealot.
We got Critical Zealot.
Critical Aura.
Out of all of these... I would have dumped Great Mana Spring or Bloody Glee.
Actually, wait. It's gotta be Bloody Glee, right?
That's the smallest crit, and we're replacing it with a guaranteed crit.
Yes. No, it has to be Bloody Glee because we're no.
It is very tempting, by the way.
In scenario, we are always going to be using Critical Aura, so.
Yeah, so we might end up dumping Murderous Glee. Eventually.
Yes. I think this build for now works pretty fucking well. Murkuma, Revival Chant, Almighty Pleroma, Critical. If we dump Murderous Glee for anything, it should be for High Almighty Pleroma.
I think so.
And then we can also swap out Critical Zealot and Critical Aura if we decide to change up the build a little bit at some point. But for this fight, I'm kind of intrigued to see how this goes.
We're gonna want another combat ability eventually too, like the AoE stuff we'll get from the Demi-Fiend. It won't matter, but I want it.
No, by the time that we have that stuff, nothing will be able to stand against us, but...
Alright, so another thing we need to get set up is we need to get a secondary healer. Luckily, we got options. Mostly, I think it's mostly going to be Norn here. Norn. Wait, this is it. Okay, I'll Essence Fusion. Go to Norn, please. Okay. Norn needs a better heal.
I mean, you can't get better than Meteorahan, if we can find someone with that.
Yeah, we have to have someone with Meteoron. Meteoron. Someone better fucking have it, anyway.
Amanazako.
Does she? Oh, she does. Good job. Alright. So, let's see. Meteoron. Boom. Oh, you'd have an electric weakness. Cool. Shove that in the bottom. I want my heal Pleroma. I want my boom boost. Energy Drain is a nice bonus one, but we'll see about it. Almighty. Luster Candy, okay. We'll need a Bull Hygeia. Huh, Energy Drain actually might be kind of funny with Bull Hygeia. I don't think it works on stamina, but I wonder actually if it works in stamina. So we already had you pitching rocks non-stop. So honestly, just having you when you're not like actively like preparing buffs or heals, either getting a Bull Hygeia prepared, or sorry, energy draining, and then like Bull Hygeia, yeah, that's just your job, is to keep topped off. You're to last a long time. Yep. Okay, so that is 2 healers. We got Vishnu and Norn. Of the 2, I think Norn's going to be an initially more useful one, because they're more set up for support. Sandalphon did pretty well.
I think Sandalphon is definitely a team player. Honestly, I'm kind of inclined to open on our original team, and then if Vishnu takes a hit, we just swap them out for Norn. Like, we got really far with that setup.
We did. Here, let me go and register everything. Okay, let's go look and analyze our team, because I actually think we do need to do one change. As good as Sandalphon is, they don't really have a weakness to capitalize on. I think we get Visuki in there, because Visuki has Bufubarion. Or is it yeah. And then we have things to swap too, if need be. Got a Banasako. Got like 2 major weaknesses. Not Lilith. We also have a bonus Tau if we want to use her. I don't particularly want to, but Okay. Also, Aliat's kind of interesting. I forgot I had him set up for this. Donum Gladi, Donum Magic Key, Energy Drain, Tetrakarn. Yeah, like this man's a team player. The only thing we're missing on him really is a
Oh, please, you couldn't have known, but please don't misgender Alilat. Alilat is female.
I see lady on there just now. My apologies, Aliat. I mean, there are boobies on there, I guess, but you know that, or arms. It could be both. I've seen a Ren and Stimpy where that happened. We got Mata here. What do you do? You're fire. I like Mata, by the way.
Mata being this high level is very funny, given that Mata's typically in the upper end, but is not normally like at the upper end of stuff, and definitely got a buff in this game.
And Neko Shogun, I will have level 99 before at least the end of the game.
Bring that to the Demi-Fiend fight.
I kind of want to.
Watch and learn, Neko Shogun. Observe as we slay Shiva, and learn how to kill a god.
And I'm still debating what I'm going to do with Neko Shogun exactly, but he is going to fill some sort of hole in the group. I think he's going to be a support character primarily, though.
Yes, I think that's entirely up to you. I want to leave the training of Neko Shogun to your discretion.
Party player, but also I'm getting him Frekugal. One way or another, he will be set up, and I'm gonna give him so many goddamn almighty plurum. Hold on, do it right now. Show you what happens. Is it Calamity?
Now, are you familiar with the etymology of Frekugal?
I am not. It sounds German, if I had to guess.
It is. It's if I remember correctly,
How
it
come?
literally means.
So why can't I use sutras on you, buddy?
It literally means like free bullet, and it's a reference to a German opera called Der Freischütz, which is a tale about a man who receives a gun equipped with a set of magic bullets, which never miss the target, which were furnished to this character by the devil. But the agreement that he makes with the devil is that while each bullet will invariably find the target that he determines, the final bullet, when fired, will always hit the target of the devil's choosing. And so, of course, it's this like dark bargain where the understanding is that by the time you fire the final bullet, the devil can choose to kill anyone in your life with that bullet.
All right, so
including yourself, theoretically.
Apparently, you can only learn affinities for things that you already have a positive in. Is that how that works? Okay.
I wasn't aware. I could have sworn you can't give it to them even if it's just bad.
Nope, because I was switching over to like agility and okay, so is it not incense? Sorry. Go back to the sutras. Like, so I go to like say like dark skill potential.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about abilities. You mean the affinity. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, you can't. It appears you might not be able to edit the affinity. Sorry, I was looking up the literal translation of Haikugal again because I didn't want to get it wrong.
Okay, so alright, so in that case, Neko Shogun is locked a certain way, and that's fine.
Just the same.
Who wants an Ice Sutra? You know what? We got extras now. Cheapen that shit up, buddy.
Hell yeah. The coldest fly in the entire world.
And then, Healing Sutra. Lauren, have you been properly? Aiding Sutra. Might as well start blasting these. Might as well get you dark as well. Don't know if that's going to be useful, but I feel like we should at least really frick you up here. And Calamity. Oh, you can't do Calamity. Okay. I like how Mara is level 94. Yeah, well, he has Debilitate. That's why I was going for it. But that's like the winning move is like they intentionally keep items limited so that you're forced to have a bigger team. Which is, that's fine. I think that's good, actually. I think that's a positive thing for gameplay. You don't want a situation where they just have, like, 4, 6 demons. Like, for the end game, you want a whole squad. God, this is so cool.
I'm so excited for this run we're gonna have.
I'm not gonna blast through this, but I just want people to see this.
Fully buffed Nahobino versus fully debuffed Shiva with critical zealot, critical aura, the fucking works. I want to see how high those numbers can go.
Yes. I just know to use ice on you. It's fine.
God, I love this track.
Alright, we don't have Lustre Candy and Vishnu. Who has Big Bang? Jeez. Critical Aura. Beelzebub.
Debilitate?
No, we wanna...
Oh yeah, but yeah, we want that press turn.
Yeah.
Wow!
So,
Affinity's doing some work.
I realize I actually do want Norn out. Unless I have another one of Lustre Candy. Hello, do you have Lustre Candy?
Tau can technically Lustre Candy, I guess, but...
I don't want to tag her in unless I really got to. Alright, we're bringing Norn, because Norn can group buff.
Check out this fancy clock.
Should add her out in the first place, that's fine though.
Yeah, oh well.
Hey look, you got a buff that doesn't matter. Anyways,
Okay, here we go, here we go.
Miracomo. Alright, let's see what this looks like. Alright.
Holy shit.
That could get better.
That could get even better than that. Fuck. The difference there is astonishing. Last time we did it, that was 1,700. Almost a full additional 1,000.
Alright. The fire. Leading with this one, huh?
Crazy that Shiva only has a +3 Almighty Affinity. Oh wow, Norn.
Norn just said no, I guess. Alright, we'll critical aura again. And now we're Demi-Fiend playing. As in, that's whatever I saw someone play SMT 3, they would just do that shit. Do like charge or something. I don't remember what they use.
Asshole.
Motherfucker.
I mean, no, he has every right to dodge. We're trying to kill him, but...
This does complicate things a little bit, but I'll just kind of...
Adapt, improvise, overcome.
Yep. God damn it.
Warrior male.
Well, we're blowing a lot of resources way too soon. Annoying. That dodge did complicate things. Alright, tag back in. Don't miss this time. Alright, we're gonna have to meteor on right now. Just wait for it. And we didn't get that debilitate out.
Jesus Christ. The pace at which we're like chewing away at his health there is...
There we go. Okay, critical aura. Boreon. If you're Boreon. Fuck off!
God damn it.
Why? Game's skunking me right now.
We'll hold on to that critical aura though so we can open next turn. Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
He keeps doing that shit at least.
Very kind of you.
Alright. Now we Mirakumo.
Jesus Christ.
Alright. We're actually gonna debilitate right away. Don't miss again.
That's better. Maybe he was missing. He just feels embarrassed about like taking a shot at his old boss.
Alright, so I see an issue with Norn, and it's that you have like no fucking MP.
If we have to go to a third round, it might be worth looking into fusing a demon with Luster Candy and a much larger MP pool.
Yeah. Alright. Oh, fuck off.
Mean.
Well, I'm just gonna take advantage of this moment.
Yep.
See how much this looks like. Ooh,
Holy shit.
big hits. Big hits. Why not?
Well, I mean, that's how she replenishes her MP, right? If she's gonna run out of MP, then...
Yep.
Oh my god.
You might want you to heal yourself. Please enjoy,
A bead.
Yeah, we don't need to bead chain it.
Do.
Now we lost your candy again. Alright. There it is.
Oh, the face of the motherfucker.
Alright. Get ready for some bullshit. I'm actually gonna change... How do I want to handle this? We think we need to change out Norn now for Vishnu. Also, like, I should have my buff person be like just a different
Yeah.
person from the healer, just so I don't have to constantly play this fucking game.
Can't believe we're already at half health. This is ridiculous. When I beat Shiva, it took like half an hour. Like, the pace at which you are like dealing damage here is kind of unprecedented.
Alright, we need to make sure that Ananta goes away. Wait, what effect do you have on you? That's all this, that's the Magatsuhi.
That's the upcoming Magatsuhi.
There we go.
Fucking perfect. And a critical, goddamn. Nice work.
That's what I wanted to see. Is this worth it? No, I don't think it is because I want to get a bull IG already. God damn
I
it.
think we're getting Vasuki. Let's not get Vasuki back up, but that could have been much worse.
Yep, not you.
Ariok has frost, right?
Do you have frost? You do have frost.
Ukubarian +5. And Donum Gladi. That could be very useful.
Do 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 do. Do, do. Yeah. Actually, we can,
So that will stack with the critical as well.
Yeah.
You could give that to Jovian and then it could be really silly.
Alright. There's the Meteoron. Lizzie... Okay. I'm gonna see if I can get that crit.
Yeah, let's just go for it. It'll be stronger anyway, so...
Hey!
Wow. I think that's the single highest number we've seen on one of our attacks, right? Like...
The scaling on Miracom was pretty good.
Yes.
There's a weak.
Oh, bad.
There's a block. Alright, here we go.
I'm gonna be honest. We're probably closing in on a win here.
Yeah.
I mean, we should.
I am focusing fire.
Oh, he has a very cool low health animation.
Jesus H. Christ.
I can't believe this is happening. Oh my god. Is Ariok gonna get the last hit?
No.
No, not quite.
And make sure everyone makes it to next round.
Alright, Shiva, you got one turn to turn this around.
Well,
Bad move.
that's
Actually,
a good
no,
move.
I guess that's a good. That's the one that Vishnu's weak to, so.
Oh, fuck you.
No. No, 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 no. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Oh my God. Holy shit, that was terrifying. Finish it.
Alright, on critical aura. You're also weak dice, right? No, you're not.
No. Ananta's weak to force.
Alright. Never mind, that was enough. I should have just mirror combo because that would have killed him.
Round of applause.
2 tries.
Second try Shiva is
You did it.
crazy.
Whew.
Wow.
Yeah, the crit build was a good idea. Yeah. Okay, at least it wasn't a life stone.
I am so happy that we got to beat Shiva and then see Neko Shogun level up on that. That was a splendid dance. You have defeated me. I shall now disappear from this universe.
Okay.
But the Rudra can appear in many forms. Overcome them all and break free. That is the path of the true ruler.
I respect Shiva. Oh, don't need those.
What a great reward. A functionally useless item at this point, but...
Okay.
Well, and here we are with
About an hour left.
an hour left
Yeah.
to go as well.
Which means we're gonna try the Demi-Fiend.
We're gonna see Demi-Fiend.
There isn't enough preparation here. Also, thank you for the congrats. There isn't enough preparation we can do for the Demi-Fiend right now. I think I'm just gonna go see what he is.
Yes.
Whew, thank you, everyone.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Okay,
sorry, I'm
let me
adrenaline's
tell you,
kicking in.
I had every faith in you, like, once you committed to it, but when we began this stream the very first time, I would not have asked of anyone who was playing their first SMT game that they would beat Shiva. Like, that is a crazy thing to have accomplished on your very first run.
I don't think
Congratulations.
it's that crazy. I mean, I didn't look up a guide or anything, but the game, I think, really does a decent job, at least for, like, how I think and look at things. And from my experience, it just does a good job of teaching you how to play.
I think you should stand proud. You were very strong. You're strong.
I'm strong. Alright, let's do a quick little register team. Good job. Alright, what do we need for a Shiva?
I will say this is pretty much perfect. Yes,
Oh, this dude.
traditionally he is always a fusion of Barong and Rangda.
Man, they really give you this one. I feel like at this point it's just like whatever. Like,
Well, like I said, that's traditional. He is always a fusion of Barong and Rangda in SMT. So they just didn't break the
hey,
chain.
buddy. I almost want to tap out Norn here. Oh, you really do want a deity for this, huh? Oh, we got Yoshitsune.
I can't refuse that though. We should have the money for that. Why is it saying no?
Oh,
Oh, so we have to use an existing demon we have or empty out some space.
alright, hold on. Get a Sarosha out of what? No, not two. Mithras? No. Kali.
I mean, as long as everyone's registered, like...
Yeah.
I'm still kind of a little shell-shocked. I got well fucking done. Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm a little, like, just kind of, like, muted on that one, too. Ha! Getting someone a real piece of shit from me, too, huh? In that case, who do we not have? It's, like, real high level. We don't have a Sarosha.
That's...
It's Norn. Norn, I'm not gonna really feel the absence of too much.
Khonshu Ra just feels like such a special little gem, though, is the thing.
We'll make a new one.
Wife assistance requested in kitchen.
Okay, my wife has just said wife assistance requested from the kitchen after there was a loud noise.
Yeah,
and
I
she
heard
said,
those loud
"Uh-oh."
noises.
So I think I need to go. I will be right back.
Alright, we're just gonna get set up here. Let's see. Parakarm. Boon boost. You get an almighty Pleroma. Am I actually gonna use an almighty attack with you though? I don't think I am. Heal Pleroma would be better if I had to pick a Pleroma. Oof, oof. In that case, I don't really care for Megadolon. You don't got cheap debilitate, so that's a very expensive debilitate, so... I'm okay with that. This guy looks cool. Okay, you're not gonna be doing reflections. Hamabarion over Mahamabarion. As much as I want to get, like, the highlight Pleroma now.
I return.
Alright, and I need to summon one more. What would it take
As
for...
we pelted Shiva with ice, so too was our kitchen pelted with ice from a large ice bag, which exploded.
Oh, exploding ice bag. Got ya. Oh. You know what? I'm okay with this one. Let's see. Enduring Soul's always good. No physical Pleroma here. You don't really have a lot of good physical moves. That's annoying. Alright, we're just gonna shove some things here. Curse Siphon. Man, I'm really not feeling your selection of abilities here. You know, to this point where I'm just gonna grab a Magabarion. And then we'll do
It's a shame that Lord Shiva did not deign to be present at the Bethel negotiations, because I feel like he would have been a calming influence in many ways. He really does carry himself with a genuinely noble comportment, which is more than can be said for Odin or Zeus or many of the other representatives.
Like,
it's interesting. I think one of the more interesting aspects of the alignment system, or like the way that the alignments are treated in 5 that doesn't get brought up as much, is like the way that the characters that would most like benefit from pursuing the throne or whatever, or the world would most benefit from their pursuit of the throne, the ones who are portrayed as being like even-handed, like desiring the good things for others, like having a path forwards or an understanding that is not contingent on them being like almighty rulers necessarily, are like also figures who either voluntarily choose not to seek the throne or are incapable of seeking the throne. Like, it's interesting that the game forces you to choose from a selection of mostly like maniacs who have like very severe views or whatever, or you have to beat up other maniacs with even more sort of pathetic, like self-aggrandizing, like little ambitions for tyranny. Like Zeus and Odin have no particular vision for the future other than that they be on the top of it, whatever that future may be like. They just want personal power. And even someone like Shohei Yakumo is like ostensibly has this like theoretically noble goal of desiring to end human suffering by eliminating demons, but then tacks all this other additional like survival of the fittest bullshit onto it, and becomes like the worst version of himself. Meanwhile, Khonshu voluntarily like abdicates his like his attempt at the throne, even though his world theoretically would have been one that was worth pursuing. Oh, I love Barong. Look at Barong.
Barong's just a nice guy. That's the one that people do the full like parade thing for, right?
Yes. So Barong and Rangda are part of a festival. Like depictions of Barong and Rangda are in Indonesia, I believe. Are costume figures who represent the two of them engage in a sort of ritual like dance combat with one another as part of a particular festival. And I think it was that the fact that they represent sort of like law and evil, good and law and chaos, like good and evil, Barong being like the sort of on the side of good and order, and then Rangda being representative of darkness and chaos. The fact that the two of them fight and dance with one another continuously in the context of that like ritual, I believe is why the SMT team decided that the two of them would make a good pattern for Shiva, as being a figure who embodies both destruction and like creation, life and death, and eternally dances.
Alright, so let's see. Oh, you got a high almighty Pleroma coming in. And see Chomp.
I believe we now have Shiva's essence, by the way, as a reward for that, so we might be able to put a high almighty Pleroma on our boy.
Yep, sounds good to me. You do... Huh, you actually have, 2 in buffs. Alright.
And picks up Boon Boost EX later, so I think the Luster Candy is definitely like a...
Oh, let me think about what else here. Land a critical... I don't think we're doing too many critical presses with you. Samarakarm, no. Luck Block, no. Like, I'm just gonna shove Null Force on you. Yeah, Tandava is fucking solid. Welcome back, Shiva. Hell yeah. Yaba Same shot. That'd be kind of funny for press turns.
I think we should take that over either Miragi Baryon or Mazio Baryon, or no, definitely over Hades Blast, actually. Yes, I forgot he even had that.
Okay, High Almighty Pleroma.
It's that time again. My Monster Energy drink has been taken out of my hand, and I have been handed a protein shake.
Did you get that out of the fridge when you went to help me in the kitchen?
Yes.
Saw me arranging the stuff. Why did you think I had that?
My brain,
Your brain.
My brain. My brain, folks.
You just, like, automatically grabbed it.
Yes.
And Essence Fusion. Alright, Jovian. Miracomo. Revival Chant. Critical Aura. Mighty Pleroma. High Almighty Pleroma. Yes. Yes. Critical Zealot. During Soul. Pop a Great Mana Spring. We drop Murderous Glee, I think. Because we're going for the guaranteed crits now. Yeah, we're going for guaranteed crits. Yeah, so Great Mana Spring. Jesus Christ. If I had to drop, like, anything in the future, by the way, the only thing in here that I would actually willingly drop is Great Mana Spring for, Javelin Rain, or whatever it's called. We'll see it. Oh, God. See all that shit right there.
This is the true form of the Destroyer.
And what are your current setups here? Okay, you're weak to Force. Any funny affinities we got here? Did we get Trumpeter? We did. I kind of think we should just do Affinity Fusion of Trumpeter.
That's what I did, and I just kept it that way for the rest of the game. It's just a good all around, like.
Yep.
これでいいのだな。
Two. We got Trombone Hero here, Jovian, Jokestar. Alright, so I'm gonna go get Shiva tagged in here.
仲間
I will have to run out and take a quick break though, like actually right now, so give me a second. I apologize.
Sure thing.
Keep my chat entertained if you would.
Hello, chat. I am nearly done with this protein shake. How's everyone doing? If you were here today, you got to see us take down Shiva, which is a very special moment, and something I did not think we were going to be able to do on this first run. Not that I anticipated us going all the way through to NG Plus just to beat Shiva, but like, Shiva's a tall order. Like, product concept, mobster energy. I think there's legs there theoretically. I think you could get into that, but what kind of flavors are we talking about here? Are we talking about like conceptual flavors? Like, is there going to be a flavor that's like a flavor called like Whack-em or something like that that's like conveys the feeling or the sensation of being whacked by a mobster, or like are we going to be more literal flavors? So it's a lot of like high quality alcohols and like fancy Italian dinners or something. Oh, they definitely have flavors. My God, you have to have flavors. My favorite flavors are Pipeline Punch Monster and Assault Energy, which is a pretty abstract flavor in and of itself, but it's functionally just Coca-Cola. So what Ananta does, which is so terrifying, is that on normal it's not quite as bad, and we are on normal difficulty, but Ananta has a very high-end heal, and given how dangerous Shiva is and how so much the battle in general is like a one of attrition, if Ananta is on the field, there is a non-zero chance that Ananta simply casts Meteorama on normal or Meteorahan, which is a full heal on hard, and will just almost completely delete all of your progress by healing Shiva. We died as a result of our last run yesterday was cruelly interrupted as we approached the quarter mark on health for Shiva by Ananta pulling off Meteorama and resetting Shiva to 75% health. It's a tall order to deal with healing on any boss, but when it's a super boss that normally at least takes much longer than it did for us. Like, I think part of the reason we came out ahead against Shiva here was literally just because we had raw brute force. We were just able to like slam insane damage through all of Shiva's mechanics and AI and everything like that, and just like completely beat him to a pulp before he could like before he could pull off any of the like specific combinations of crazy like moves in conjunction with his ads and stuff that can like really leave you hanging. We were also fortunate in that we had a lot of instances where someone blocked or repelled or missed or whatever, so he kept destroying his own press turns. Our raw stat advantage lent us a great deal of power here. You can't count on that necessarily working for Demi-Fiend, which is why this is going to be very interesting. So Ah, that's a whole protein shake. That's pretty good. I'm starting to. I can't say that I like them necessarily because I'm not really a fan of shakes in general. Like the texture and stuff is not really for me. But I'm starting to appreciate, on some level, the protein shake. And certainly there's a degree of satisfaction to finishing it. You don't have to drink any more of the protein shake, and you know you're doing something good for yourself. It's good.
Are we having a discussion about the business practices of Monster Energy Incorporated?
No, we were having a discussion about what it is that's so bad that Ananta can do.
Oh yeah. Undoes all your hard work as a little funny thing. Alright, so
Very grateful that we avoided that on our second run entirely.
Oh hey, Shiva actually just came out level capped.
I would expect him to.
Alright, I was gonna give Shiva a few nuggets, by the way. We're helping you, Shiva. Also, aiding is another thing you do. Can we teach... No, because we got, Shiva set up to also group boost. So, okay, we finally got a really enduring, Look at Shiva's health. Look at that smile.
He has a very good expression in this game.
Son of a bitch. That motherfucker got the last laugh on us. It's still up.
It's very funny. See,
You're right. Sorry about that. Yeah, look at Shiva's level here. That level Sarah's HP.
Team that has both Shiva and Vishnu is very, very enjoyable.
A lot of strong Hindu presence in my team right now, which is great.
All right, are you ready to come face to face?
Thank you, Count, for saying something, because I get so like wrapped up in like getting back to the game that I sometimes forget. All right, yep. We're gonna first try this sun bitch. Not what World of Shadow shit. Wrong one.
Sure.
First try, easy.
First try the Demi Fiend.
And then he will be our husband. Monozaka, don't be jealous.
You're functionally talking about the final boss of the game here. There is, of course, another separate final boss, but they pale in comparison to Shiva, and certainly in comparison to the Demi Fiend. So,
welcome
here we go.
To the Hall of Chaos. The grass is green and the girls are pretty. Oh. I'll give him a prop. There's goodies here.
Yeah.
What are these goodies?
Why don't you find out?
Oh.
Don't worry, it'll stay there. It'll respawn.
Yeah, I know. I just...
It is very funny to be one of the very first things you find is like, hey, you're probably gonna need this.
Let's go find... I'm curious what the... Gospels, huh? I wish I knew that was there. That would have saved me some fucking time.
You were so intent on not even going to the Hall of Chaos when we reached this point.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's funny now. Also,
yes. Thank
you for gifting us sub to Full Arena, Lauren. I appreciate that. Full Arena is a commentator. B-Chain, there's the good stuff. Excited about consumables. All right, let's go see what this is over here. I could.
One more. There's one more down there. Not down there. The other side. Just there.
I mean, there's the Whittled Goat.
No, that side.
Yeah, that's the whittled goat on the floor.
The other one.
What?
No, the other left.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's what I was grabbing. That's what I was going toward. I was looking at it.
Oh, sorry.
What?
I think I missed when you said you were gonna get it. I thought you were just running back up to save after picking up all the others.
No, if I'm gonna save, I do this.
Yes, of course. I'm a little giddy after beating Shiva. We're riding high on victory.
Yeah.
Also a little giddy after that protein shake, man. I'm pumped.
Caffeinated.
Alright. Here we go, Naruto running down the stairs. Don't do this at home, kids. You will slip and fall. Hold on. Dang, Demi-Fiend, you just like shit wherever around here, huh?
I think it's the molten remnants of a former challenger. It's a little bit of a shame that this area doesn't really resemble anything in Nocturne.
It kinda does. It resembles the Super Dungeon a little bit, in the area where Satan has his big audience. Or not Satan, Lucifer.
It's like kind of like the Kalpas, but there's like parts of it that are way more. The Kalpas like are way more recognizable than this. I feel like this is a little bit more generic in some ways, but
Alright, buddy.
it's also made using a lot of assets that they had already existing from like the Empyrean sequences. But it's fine.
すごい本当にナホミノがここまで来たよ
There she is.
His only
There he
remaining
is.
friend. I'm amazed those pants are still in one shape.
Had them for God knows how long now.
あなたあれでしょ
They're playing the Nocturne boss music here.
こちらに移動
Yeah.
したんでしょ
Yeah, that is why I'm here.
なら覚悟してね彼はとっても強いんだからね
A kiss.
Here we fucking go.
Haha, I'm in danger. Sadly, no Dante for us. Okay. Welcome to the shit, I suppose.
Yep, here we go.
Should I lead with a critical aura?
Might as well start how we mean to go on.
Gonna Amrita shower. A little premature on that one, but we'll be fine.
Oh, it's so good to hear the Meguro guitars back in.
One big buff in.
Shiva joined the party.
Alright, we're gonna have to do just a heal. Oh. We got an asshole. Nice.
That could have been much worse.
Alright,
Well, we just used a critical aura, so.
Yep.
I mean,
I'm gonna hit this guy. He
Sure.
needs to go away. He's doing debilitate. Alright, he's not going away. Bad news. Well, time to do it back.
I mean, Tandava might be a fun opener.
Alright.
Now we get to do it. Oh, I love this track.
Alright, I'm not gonna get a chance to do both IG at this rate. Alright, I guess this is our time for Spyglass. King.
We'll probably want to know. Yes. We'll probably want to know what his deal is.
Alright, so 99 all stats. Practical. Well, Javelin range is not. Okay.
It's very funny to me that they gave him like max in all affinities despite the fact that he has no elemental abilities.
Meteoron. How does that work though? Can you just Meteoron?
He can, yes.
How much fucking health does he have?
A lot.
How do I work through a Meteoron? I would like you to stop. Alright. I think we go hard right now and get some initial work done to give ourselves a foothold, and then we'll move things around. Jesus. I don't remember what you're weak to.
I'm not sure about ice on him. You might want to do Mudobarion instead.
On the whole party?
Or you could do Ice Age if you want to be safe.
Alright. Kukulane. Alright, yeah, he's not weak. He's not weak or strong against ice, that's safe. We don't need to watch it every time. Alright.
It's only fair. We do get Meteoron ourselves. We are fighting another player, essentially. This is what it's like to be an SMT boss.
Can you not right now, please?
Sometimes a retaliate could trigger a counter retaliate if you also have a counter ability, and that's always very fun.
One more of these.
Melted.
Alright, and give me the big Meteoron. Okay, I'm alright with you. I'm not alright with that, though. Oh, god damn it. No, don't like that.
That's pretty impressive for Vishnu to tank a Frikugo like that. So someone with Dekunda and Dekaja is probably a necessity.
Mm-hmm. Critical aura. Debilitate. I can do it to you. That's okay though, the VOD will be saved if you missed out on the Shiva.
This is gonna be a hell of a VOD. Keeps picking Shiva for that one.
Oh my god, stop. Jesus.
I've been great. Like I said, he kept picking Shiva for that one, and I was grateful that he was.
Motherfucker.
I kind of want to see Jovian take a swing at him. Honestly.
Well,
we've got critical role already.
I'm not gonna do it unless I have a like a chance to. We have like 8 of these.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I recall you not liking ice.
Yep.
Alright, you need to get your juice back. No, you get Soma. Actually, you also...
Mythologically appropriate, Soma is from the Vedic system.
You also get a Soma. Onk.
You get a Soma, you get a Soma.
Alright, alright. Now we'll do it, because this is our chance to.
Check this shit out. Demi-Fiend can't do this. That was a nice chunk of him, actually. That was better than I expected. I was really terrified of seeing a tiny tick on his health there.
Alright, and... Alright. You got one option if you want to punch. Oh, you did it.
Oh boy.
Oh my god!
Gaia Rage does so much damage, holy shit. Yeah, no kidding, this fight's unfair. No fucking kidding, good god. Alright, I don't know how to deal with some of those then.
So, one thing that's worth remembering is that we have all the tools. We're at level 99. We have access to almost all
okay,
demons.
so
Like,
oh, let me be a little frustrated here. Frustration's fine.
sure.
Frustration's fine.
Yep.
So the big thing is he does so much damage with Gaia Rage. I have absolutely no fucking clue how to handle that. 2, he hasn't even used his Meteoron yet, and that's going to be used at the most tragic fucking time possible. So that's like the 2 problems I see. Buddies are buddies. Like, that's standard, like, tactics for what we dealt with. We have to be a bit more specific because they all do debilitates and stuff, but... So... How the fuck? Because Gaia Rage also pierces, doesn't it? Like, I threw on an attack mirror, and it went right through it, so...
So, I think between now and the next, like, time, or, like, you know, depending on whether we take another go now or whatever we do, something that I mentioned before about Demi-Fiend is that unlike many other bosses in the series, Demi-Fiend does actually respond to and, like, behave certain ways based on how his AI is working. Like he actually will work to defy you. And my understanding is that attacks like Gaia Rage, Javelin Rain, and stuff like that come out more frequently, or only come out if the party composition contains certain combinations that make it difficult for him to use his other attacks. He's doing the same thing that a player would, functionally. Basically, we didn't give the game any option other than to use a bullshit attack, so he resorted to a bullshit attack. That doesn't mean he won't ever use it, but that's where stuff like the Whittled Goat and Enduring Soul and stuff is for. Before... I think something that might be worth doing, like, before next week would be taking a really good look at, like, a video of someone actually beating Demi-Fiend and, like, learning directly from the strategy like that, because, to be honest, there's a lot of things that are very specific and weird about his AI and the way he behaves, but the solution to a lot of this is essentially strategy. Like, we're at the absolute max, the pinnacle when it comes to stats. It's purely strategy and understanding how his AI works, because the game is trying its best to simulate what it is like to face a player if you are a boss, which is to say that the player will use the most bullshit attack that they have over and over and over and over again until you are dead. The only way to get around it is to be equally bullshit or to like play their weaknesses, mentally speaking.
I'm splitting myself in the fight because I don't think I can.
No, go for it. Like at this level, most SMT super bosses I think are the kind of thing you only want to take on with a guide. This guy isn't even as bad as Satan in DDS2, and I only beat him with like a pre-prepared save file and a guide, and that was still hairy.
He only uses this is the reason I'm looking at a guide now, because this is like way too specific for me to actually fill out all this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of thinking this isn't a really good fight at all. I don't think this is a fun fight. My initial gut reaction is, at least for the type of player I am, I don't enjoy fights like this. Because it's very specific. You have to figure out through a lot of like little context clues of why he does the things he does. And I don't really have the patience to do that for one fight, especially when nothing else in the game's demanded this kind of hyper-analysis. Now, if the whole game was this kind of hyper-analysis, I'd be more like forgiving of it. But the fact is that they're just kind of doing this as like a gut punch out of nowhere. Yeah, he's designed to be a jerk, is what it really feels like.
He is, yes. I mean, like, there is a certain portion of the SMT fan base that looks for this kind of thing. This DLC was kind of designed for them in a way. Like, the Demi-Fiend is as brutal as he can possibly be, because that is what the people who paid for this DLC want. And you get all the other Fiends as well, so it's not as though if you buy the DLC and you don't want to fight Demi-Fiend, you get nothing. We had a bunch of good fights against the Fiends, and we got all the Fiends, so I think in some ways they were kind of justified in being like, and for the real freaks, here you go. Because there is a certain kind of player who loves this, and the rest of the game, aside from maybe Shiva, did not really serve them the way that maybe previous SMT games have, so I can kind of understand why he's like this. I kind of enjoy fights like this. I go into them with guides and I take a long time doing them, but like, which can be frustrating, but there is a certain like appeal to them, and the sense of satisfaction when you do finally clear them is pretty immense as well. So
I'm looking at the list of things right now. He only Gaia rages if we don't KO a summoned friend in 5 turns.
Yes, he has a countdown basically. Like, I decided not to tell you anything about anything before we went into this.
No, that's fine.
It would be fun, but...
Alright, so, and what he does is, every turn, Demi-Fiend will check your team to see if anyone's able to take regular physical damage. And then use Deadly Fury and Javelin Rain to test your demons, see if they can take physical damage or are immune. After this check, Demi-Fiend will use Freckle Call or Chaotic Will as future actions unless a new demon appears. So basically, seeing if someone's weak to physical, then he'll test around. So putting it that we're, so yeah, okay.
This is why I wanted you to go with Trumpeter, and this is why I went with Trumpeter, is because Trumpeter meets a lot of the like you get a bunch of resistances and stuff, but none of those resistances on the Nahabino trip any of his like bullshit detectors. We had Fizz block on the Nahabino's resistances prior to integrating the Trumpeter affinity, and if we had that, he would have been truly merciless to us in a way that he wasn't even there. Like, so.
Okay, so we need to be spongy. Does being physically resistant, is that fine?
It's resist or above, but I think we should stick with Trumpeter.
Okay, so even half damage he doesn't like. Okay.
No, he'll be fine with it, but I'm not sure if there are any Trumpeter is the best in terms of like giving us a wide spread of resistances to other stuff. There's like every chance that other ones might come with like Fizz resist, but then also like a block or a repel or something that he doesn't like. But it's been a while since I did this fight, so like as in over a year, over like a year and a half, maybe even 2 years. So my memory is certainly foggy. I think we'll have to look at a lot of guides and stuff to figure this one out.
All right, so what I do need is some people who are like guaranteed assassins, people who just do a truckload of damage to one specific person at a time.
Yeah.
does cycle through. I'm gonna need a few buff monsters. Though honestly, I feel like luster candying is kind of like just a waste of time.
It depends. I mean, remember that his other demons are doing stuff as well, and like they don't hit for nothing necessarily, and like there's every chance that you can dodge something as well if you have like buffed
Okay,
accuracy and so
so
forth.
just going through the list here, Pixie has Dakasha, Dakunda. Grommal, Gurmakala has the same. Cuculain has Debilitate. Jack Frost has Dakasha, Dakunda. Thor has Dakasha, Dakunda. Cerberus just has Dakasha. Bavardi has Dakasha, Dakunda. I think casting Luster Candy is a losing proposition.
I mean, it does make them waste a turn trying to use Dekaja.
That is true, and if I really need to buy a turn, that is a thing, but we're not using it for its intended purpose, and that's going to be buffing people.
Sure.
Debilitate is also, I think, kind of a waste of time, and for the same reason, though. Because most of the crew can eliminate debuffs. All but like one can eliminate buffs on my crew. So the right move seems to be is ruining the turn order when I can. Basically throwing out blocks for things that aren't physical to try to snare his friends.
Yeah.
And hurting themselves. While maintaining damage and keeping health up. So we don't got any options to boost Jovian's stats up anymore. Like, we could hope to find bombs, but at this point in the game, any bombs I get are going to be totally RNG. There isn't really a good way to get them. So I can't, like, buff up Jovian's stats anymore. That's fine. You know, it might be funny to do a physical pivot with Jovian with the Demi-Fiend essence here.
If we beat Demi-Fiend, we can do whatever we want. The world will be our oyster.
Yeah, just kind of thinking though, it'd be fun to get like Javelin Range and Javelin Rain and Gaia Rage, and then you know, go for the physical Paromas. Gaia Rage and... Oh, is there not like a... Okay, so none of those have additional crit damage on them. Alright, that's fine. But nonetheless, yeah, just roll particular moveset. And he does heal once at 50% health. So he has a 150% total health.
Yes.
So that's a gotcha for the sickos out there again.
Yep. Once again, this one's for the sickos.
So, okay, so it feels like the main challenge of this fight is to deal with all the Demi-Fiend's friends on a regular basis.
While not tripping any of his bullshit wires.
Yep. Without falling into the trap. We don't have time to really test out today, and I need to do some prep work for it. So next week, I want to actually finish this game.
Okay.
Would you be willing to meet extra days?
Potentially. Right now, like, work is very tricky. If my tax stuff is all sorted by next week, which hopefully it will be, but I only have tomorrow to potentially receive the tax return, then like I'll be in a much better state. But right now I'm waiting to hear back from my accountant about that, and it's very stressful. And it's like I'm also trying to balance work and stuff. It's Philly. That's why I wasn't able to do extra days this week. But I think it's totally possible. I will let you know over the weekend.
Squida, according to the guide, there's no special thing for Pixie. Okay, so because the thing is I'm starting, and it's a good segue into this. I'm starting my Dragon's Dogma marathon on the 26th, and then it's Christmas before that, Christmas Eve and stuff. So like next week's kind of our best chance to finish the game if possible. If not, I'll have to slot you in at some point in between the marathon days.
I wouldn't mind popping along for at least a little bit of the marathon, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. I'd love to have you there. We'll talk about when you can show up for that.
Yeah. Okay.
But we don't really have time to do much else right now in game is the thing. Unless I wanted to do the main story. I mean, if worse comes to worse, I could just say fuck it and do the main story and do the demi feed like after Christmas break and after the marathon as a little additional treat. Because
we'll blow through the main story, like I think is the good thing. We can do that anytime.
So here's what I'm gonna say is we'll give one more stream day to beating the demi fiend. If we can't beat the demi fiend in that day, then I'm gonna slot that demi fiend and fight in as like a little extra bonus treat.
Yeah, I mean that was how I originally imagined we would do it, but then like you far surpassed all expectations and fucking shattered the heavens and killed Shiva, and so now we are looking at a possible like demi fiend like NG1 like run.
I don't see a reason why not. Miracoma just has good scaling.
You should be very proud of having taken down Shiva. I know we got our ass kicked by the demi fiend there, and that was a humbling experience, but man, we did something really fucking cool today.
I don't consider that humbling. It's just kind of, again, a little frustrating because who was saying that earlier? Someone is saying, oh yeah, Squeedo is saying it's not really a fight, it's a puzzle.
Yes.
And it's like, yeah, like I'm not really signing up for like puzzles. I'm signing up for fights. It's fine. I'm not opposed to this DLC being the way it is, I guess, because I already gotten a lot of use out of it for all the summons we got. And talking about, like, the old SMP stuff. Like, I got my money's worth out of it, even if I just never do the demi fiend fight, but I want to do it. Because I don't know if I'm going to do a second run for this game ever in my entire life. I got too much to play.
I'm just glad we got to see him, is the other thing.
Yep.
I remember the first time I went into that fight, and because I didn't know about any of the repels or anything, he pretty much immediately tripped Gaia Rage, and I was just thinking to myself, like, I'm so glad. I would happily pay for the privilege to be destroyed by the Gaia Rage. That was excellent.
There was just a big feeling of like, well, it seems to happen.
It's higher damage numbers than you'll see anywhere else in the game. It's really funny. Well, thank you very much.
All right, I will see you next week sometime, someplace.
Maybe on Earth, maybe in the future.
Catch you later, Francine.
Godspeed.
Alright, for those of you folks still around in chat, just a reminder, I have a Dragon's Dogma marathon happening on December 26th. It's going to be basically 8-hour streams of Dragon's Dogma levels 1 to cap until I'm done. It's not going to be every single day. I'm going to have to take some breaks and stuff because this is going to be kind of grueling, too grueling otherwise. But yeah, we're just going to be basically in a hell ride, as I call it, for Dragon's Dogma. Starting at 12:45 p.m. EDT, going all the way to 7:45 p.m. EDT. That's including my breaks and stuff. So I'm calling it 8 hours. We don't need to like pigeonhole this. Yeah, hope that you come to see that because it's going to be a fun time. I promised it when Dragon's Dogma's 2 release date gets announced, and it got announced. So here I am, getting ready to go through Dark Arisen and everything. We're going to be doing some min-maxing of stats, so I'm going to be leveling as Assassin as soon as I can. Sword and bow for me, which I haven't done before. I haven't done any like sword stuff in Dragon's Dogma before, so I think it's going to be interesting. Alright, folks. I will catch you tomorrow, if everything goes according to plan, for Vintage Story of the Gals. And that one's going to be around 4 p.m. EDT. If you want to show up, hang out, have a relaxing time, that's the place to do it. On my channel or their channels, which is Guajo Rebufo, Limited Snapshot VTuber. I have links to both Gra and Mamitu, the other person, down below my window here. Anyways, that's enough shouting out. That's enough advertising. You'll have a good one. Catch you next time.